Star Citizen Alpha 3.18.1 is now live. I want to go over Cloud Imperium Games' statements on this release, the FreeFly that may happen, so everyone can try Star Citizen for free if it does go ahead, the patch notes, and the major known issues in this video. Cloud Imperium Games said in a post titled Star Citizen Alpha 3.18.1 live release and FreeFly, while we know this incremental update is not a silver bullet, we expect that it will bring solutions to some of the ongoing issues that some of you have been facing. The team has implemented a tremendous number of fixes in the last few weeks, and we believe that the infrastructure is now ready to go through heavy testing with all of you. If you're one of the ones who said, this is the worst Star Citizen has ever been, then hold our beer, as we plan to launch a FreeFly event starting Thursday the 13th of April through April 20th. Jokes aside, I just wanted to be the first to make the meme. Launching a FreeFly event is a beneficial move for us, as it allows us to test the game's infrastructure with a larger number of players. More players mean more data, which helps us identify and fix problems more quickly. This is particularly important as we continue to improve the game, and we want to make sure that it can handle the increased traffic that comes with a rapidly expanding player base. We also need to ensure that the game can handle peak traffic moments, such as Fleet Week that we'll host in late May. Separately, we want to give everyone a chance to experience the latest gameplay additions in Alpha 3.18, such as new locations, new racetracks, and more. Regardless of any previous issues, we hope the FreeFly will provide an opportunity for people to explore and enjoy everything Star Citizen has to offer, thanks to the latest fixes in 3.18.1. Naturally, as the case has been since 3.18.0 launched, things have been very fluid for us, meaning there is a chance that this planned FreeFly may see a last-minute cancellation. We've conducted days of automated load testing to simulate peak traffic on our login service, and our login and entitlement fixes have held up to that volume. However, in the event that we experience catastrophic issues upon rolling out 3.18.1 to live servers, we may need to pivot away from the planned FreeFly and instead focus all our efforts on addressing and resolving the issue at hand. In any case, our top priority is to keep you all informed, and we will provide updates as soon as we have new information to share. Most importantly, we'd like to thank all of you for your support and understanding during the recent turbulence we've experienced. We believe that these moments alongside positive ones define the journey we are all on together. See you in the verse. So, as of the time of recording, everything seems pretty well with 3.18.1. The FreeFly is currently planned to start at time of recording later today, so Thursday the 13th of April, later in the evening. However, Cloud Imperium could cancel that if everything does explode again, but it's looking pretty good. I've been able to jump into the game, play for a while. I'm able to spawn ships. I'm able to get in. I'm able to get in with my character. There's some weird little issues that I've noticed immediately with like doors that have open and closed states, like drawers and stuff. You go up to them and you say open, but it closes them. But it fixes after the first time you interact with them. That is a pretty minor issue. I'm able to do missions, I'm able to spawn ships, I'm able to play the game, something that a lot of people weren't able to do in 3.18 in its initial release. I saw a question on Spectrum, are we going to have a referral bonus with 3.18.1's FreeFly? And Cloud Imperium answered, yes, we will have one once we activate the FreeFly, so there will be some sort of FreeFly bonus there. So basically, if players sign up with your referral code during that time or before, as long as they purchase a game package and they've previously used your referral code, you both typically get a vehicle or ship of some kind as a reward. For Alpha 3.18.1, there has been a full wipe and reset. Alpha UEC, ships, rep, items. However, you will start the game with Alpha 3.18.1 live with at least 200,000 Alpha UEC and any ships and items that you have on your account that you paid for or they're gifted to you or that sub-items or promo items. Another full wipe is currently planned for 3.18.2, which is expected roughly within the next couple of weeks. We don't have a time for that, but it sort of makes sense. That's what I'm expecting. We've got a load of patch notes as well, some of which are pretty important. So, Star Citizen Alpha 3.18.1 live patch notes, initial ship delivery. So, this change affects how you obtain your ships and vehicles when you log into the game for the first time after the database reset. Instead of immediately being entitled at your home location, ship pledges on the website will now be available to any ASOP terminal labeled as deliverable. So you can make your ship available at the location for the first time by pressing the deliver button, which functions similarly to standard insurance claim but only takes 20 seconds and is free. So once the ship has been delivered to that area, it can be customized and used. This change helps address the entitlement database spam issues they were having when new accounts are entering the persistent universe for the first time. This delivery feature reduces the size of players' default inventories and thus the size of the global databases substantially. It helps fix the things that were broken. Arena Commander customization has been temporarily disabled, so they've implemented improvements to the API that manages ship customization in Arena Commander and are exploring more, which they believe will further alleviate issues with entitlement problems. While these changes are being tested, ship customization in Arena Commander is going to be temporarily disabled for 3.18.1. You will still be able to select ships from your hangar as well as wreck rentals. They will be providing several vehicle loadout changes in Arena Commander that you can use in the meantime with upgraded shield generators and weaponry that they've hand selected. This will temporarily update the loadouts of the base Gladius, Arrow and Blade. This change will be temporary and customization will be re-enabled in the following update, so assumedly 3.18.2. The next update will also include general fixes that didn't make 3.18.1's release and or were blocked by issues with persistent entity streaming, which has caused a lot of issues. Density manager optimizations have also been put in, so they've updated the density manager values to be more aggressive for removing unneeded entities in the persistent universe to improve server and client performance. So less random trash on the floor, and once it gets to a certain saturation point, it starts to despawn the older sort of items, whatever, of a particular type. That is going to be a bit more aggressive so that we don't get big piles and piles of laggy loot. They've made optimizations for loot generation as well. Bug fix wise, in 3.18.1, they've made dramatic changes on how the ASOP client, server, and global database handle entities and entitlements, which should help both make things like stowing and unstowing of ships more reliable and snappier, as well as address many of the various issues players have been seeing with unstowed characters and many different account errors blocking players from loading into the persistent universe. The 3.18 infrastructure needs are a lot higher than previous game versions. Armed with data of the last few weeks of 3.18, the team has also spent considerable amounts of time analysing and optimising the cloud footprint of the game, resizing and adjusting layout of clusters and regions where the game hosts services. Beyond all that, we have some more fixes. Players crashing out or quitting using an ASOP terminal should no longer brick that ASOP terminal. Players should now be able to pick up and interact with repair drops in Arena Commander. They fixed an issue causing players to occasionally be unable to exit their ships and seats. Gas clouds should no longer cause memory leaks. They fixed issues with Arena Commander where the match would never start, and they fixed an additional 2 client and 2 server crashes. If you go to the status.robertspaceindustries.com page as well at the moment, everything is showing as operational, at least at time of recording. No devastating outages, no partial outages. It's good to see everything green. And I can genuinely confirm that the game seems to be playing hugely better, significantly better than I expected compared to what 3.18 Live has been. There are still a variety of known issues that Cloud Imperium are trying to plow through. Some are already fixed in 3.18.2. So known issues wise, we have game clients can close without an error or crash sort of handler turning up. ASOP terminals are sometimes unusable and fade to black when accessed. A delivery objective can be withdrawn upon reaching mission locations. If you try and sort of equip and change 5 or more components at a time in the vehicle manager app, then when you try and save and equip that, it will fail. Harvestable deposits can be invisible to some players, and you can't sort of see them even when you scan for them. They cause collisions. Trams and public transport are sometimes out of sync and jittery. There can be invisible sort of boxes or objects near ships that are invisible that sort of kick you in random directions if you're flying near them. Reclaimers, the main elevator doesn't respond to inputs. Cargo can sometimes be invisible in certain ships after being purchased. When attempting to start a refinery job, players can receive a error code 20, something went wrong. Security contractor evaluation missions are not being re-offered upon failure. Combat service beacon progress is and rating is inconsistent on missions. Sometimes NPCs don't spawn into certain missions. The PTV buggy's wheels can get stuck in geometry and then sort of detach. The snub fighter attached to the Connie, so the P-52 or P-72, they lack interaction and you can't use them. Some ship wreckage erroneously gives the no material text and won't let you salvage it. And markers sometimes randomly disappear after quantum travel with no route set. So obviously some problems there that Cloud Imperium do need to solve, but The fact that 3.18.1 is accessible and playable, that's a great sign. Those sort of known issues are nothing new. That's the sort of known issues that you get. Hopefully they do not overly affect people consistently. I'm expecting to see the FreeFly go live later today because everything is looking good from my point of view. It could all still explode. That is a possibility. But it's live now. So download 3.18.1 live, test it out, check it out. There is going to be a full wipe with 3.18.2 as well, but maybe you could try some gameplay that you wouldn't normally try. Do some outlaw gameplay, do some piracy, do some of those outlaw missions, just mess around, I suppose. I'm really interested to know your experiences of 3.18.1 live. Have you had a great time? Are you having a terrible time? Are you going to wait for 3.18.2? Are you going to wait for 3.19? Are you going to wait beyond that before actually playing Star Citizen? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. The Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is on sale until the 19th of April. This gives you native high-precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Very cool for general immersion, for combat both in ship or on foot. They are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, and both Zin and I have one. Use the links below to grab one for 15% off or to find out more.
Little Nord Riding Hood was on her way to Grandma's house. Upon arriving at her house, she called, "Grandma, are you home?" "Yes, dear. I'm on my laptop in bed." Upon seeing her grandma, she exclaimed, "Oh, Grandma, what long fingers you have." "Oh, the better to browse the internet, my dear." "Oh, Grandma, what powerful VPN protection you have." "Oh, the better to browse safely, my dear." "Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have." "Oh, the better to enjoy my greater access to the sites I want to visit, my dear." "But seriously, get NordVPN or I will eat you." The moral of this story is that there are some great deals on NordVPN, and using it can improve your internet privacy, safety, and give you more access to the content you want to see. Get it from the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway for April 2023. It's for a Drake Vulture, the light salvage ship. This will enable you to take to the stars, find wrecks and strip them, as well as craft some useful items with its onboard dispensary. It comes with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package as well. All you need to get into the game, and all you have to do to be in for a chance of winning that, is comment on any of my videos made during April. Also, please bear in mind that there are scammers about in YouTube. If you see in the comments below someone trying to get you to go onto Telegram, or someone not using my main account, which is the account I'm making videos on now, then they are a scammer pretending to be me or someone else, and just be safe on YouTubes. If you would like to further support the channel, please consider subscribing. You can become a Patreon, you can use the YouTube join button as well. That goes an extra mile to help support us and enables us to produce Star Citizen content every day. And that's down to you guys helping support us, so genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my little BoredGamer heart.